Imagine, for a moment, a vessel from a civilization far beyond our own enters Earth's orbit. Its scanners, incredibly advanced, begin to analyze humanity, searching for threats, for weaknesses, for weapons. And one of the most pervasive, self-inflicted biohazards it registers isn't what you'd expect. It's not our bombs or our manufactured plagues. It's the seemingly innocent comfort food lining your shelves, residing in your fridges, and dominating your cravings. Today, we decode that alien transmission. We expose how human comfort food registered as a bioweapon on alien scanners. And more importantly, we arm you with the intelligence to diffuse it from your own life. This isn't just about what you eat. It's about recognizing a profound internal war for your vitality, your clarity, and your very essence. It's about understanding that what you call comfort is often a sophisticated internal saboteur, a biological weapon you willingly, often unknowingly, deploy against your own highest potential. The so-called comfort you seek in these foods is a lie, a fleeting illusion that masks a deeper, more insidious attack on your strength, your mind, and your spirit. That alien scanner, it's simply reflecting the brutal, unvarnished truth that you've perhaps been too afraid, too conditioned, or too distracted to face. Today, that changes. Today, we pull back the curtain and confront this internal bioweapon head-on. Let's dissect this bioweapon designation. Why would an advanced, objective intelligence flag your cookies, your ice cream, your processed snacks, your sugary drinks as a threat on par with more conventional weaponry? Because true weapons aren't just about external destruction. The most effective ones cripple from within, eroding strength, Chinese letter, and the capacity for rational action. This is precisely what most comfort foods are engineered to do. Theme 1, the deception of comfort, how your brain is hijacked. The first layer of this bioweaponry is its cunning psychological warfare. What you call comfort food is in reality a meticulously designed neurological trap. These substances, and let's be clear, many of them are closer to chemical concoctions than actual food, are engineered to trigger a massive, unnatural dopamine release in your brain. That hit, that fleeting sensation of pleasure or relief, that's the bait. You feel a momentary lift, a temporary numbing of stress, anxiety, or boredom. And your brain, wired for survival and reward, remembers. This made me feel good, it logs, do it again. But here's the brutal truth the alien scanner detects. This isn't genuine comfort. It's a chemical hijack. The dopamine spike is followed by an inevitable crash, leaving you feeling worse than before, depleted, foggy, and often riddled with guilt. This crash then creates a craving for another hit, to alleviate the new low you've just created. This is the cycle of addiction, plain and simple. It's not solace, it's a dependency loop that weakens your resolve and makes you a slave to your impulses. Think of it like this. An enemy agent offers you a drug that makes you forget your troubles for an hour, but after that hour, your troubles are magnified and your ability to deal with them is diminished. Would you call that agent a friend? Would you call that drug a comfort? No, you'd call it sabotage. The alien scanner sees this with cold, hard logic. It sees a population willingly ingesting substances that short-circuit their natural reward pathways, creating a reliance on external, artificial stimuli for fleeting moments of perceived well-being. The consequences are devastating and far-reaching. Mentally, you're caught in a reactive cycle, constantly seeking the next fix instead of addressing the root causes of your discomfort. Your emotional landscape becomes a roller coaster, dictated by blood sugar spikes and crashes, by dopamine peaks and valleys. True comfort, lasting comfort, comes from internal strength, from resilience, from meaningful action, from genuine connection, from the quiet satisfaction of self-mastery. It doesn't come from a cardboard box or a plastic wrapper. What are the actionable steps to disarm this part of the bioweapon? First, radical honesty. Acknowledge that this comfort is a dangerous illusion. Start a journal and track your cravings. When do they arise? What emotions precede them? What are you really seeking when you reach for that sugary snack or greasy meal? Is it relief from stress? Is it a reward? Is it an escape from boredom or loneliness? Understanding the trigger is the first step to diffusing the bomb. Second, practice the stoic discipline of assent. When the urge arises, observe it. Don't immediately react. Create a space between the impulse and your action. Ask yourself, will this truly serve me? Will this make me stronger, clearer, more capable? Or will it offer a moment's fleeting pleasure at the cost of my long-term well-being? Marcus Aurelius reminded himself to break things down into their constituent parts to strip away the alluring labels. Do the same for your comfort foods. That decadent chocolate cake is, in reality, a processed concoction of refined sugar, industrial fats, and empty calories. Does it sound so appealing when stripped bare? Third, actively cultivate genuine sources of comfort and fulfillment. Replace the false comfort of processed foods with the real comfort of a disciplined mind and a strong body. Find solace in a challenging workout, in deep, focused work, in learning a new skill, in meaningful conversation, in meditation, or in spending time in nature. These activities build you up. They don't tear you down. They provide sustained well-being, not a temporary, artificial high. The alien scanner would register these activities as signs of strength, of a species cultivating genuine resilience. Theme 2. The bioweapon within, physical devastation unveiled. Beyond the psychological manipulation, the term bioweapon is chillingly accurate when we examine the sheer physical devastation these so-called comfort foods inflict upon your biological systems. This isn't a quick, clean kill. It's a slow, insidious erosion of your health, vitality, and longevity. The alien scanner, with its dispassionate analysis, would see a species systematically degrading its own physical machinery, rendering itself weak, diseased, and inefficient. Let's be brutally honest about what these foods are doing to you at a cellular level. The high sugar content, the refined carbohydrates, the unhealthy trans fats, the artificial additives, the chemical preservatives, these are not nutrients. They are toxins. They promote chronic inflammation throughout your body, which is now understood to be a root cause of nearly every major modern disease. Heart disease, type 2 diabetes, many forms of cancer, autoimmune disorders, Alzheimer's, and more. You think you're just having a treat? The alien scanner registers a dose of inflammatory agents being introduced into a biological system. You think you're just indulging? It registers your cells struggling to cope with an onslaught of metabolic disruptors. Your liver works overtime to process refined sugars and fats, often leading to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Your pancreas strains to produce enough insulin to manage the constant sugar load, eventually leading to insulin resistance, the precursor to diabetes. Your blood vessels become damaged and clogged by chronic inflammation and poor lipid profiles. Your gut microbiome, critical for everything from digestion to immunity to mental health, is decimated by processed ingredients and lack of fiber, replaced by pathogenic bacteria that thrive on sugar. This is not hyperbole. This is biological reality. You are, in essence, willingly deploying a slow-acting poison against yourself every time you opt for these foods as a primary source of comfort. Your body is a marvel of biological engineering, designed for vitality and resilience. It is meant to be a temple, a fortress. But through consistent consumption of these pseudo-foods, you turn it into a dumping ground, a breeding ground for disease, a crumbling ruin. The consequences are not abstract future possibilities. They are present realities for millions. Look around. The epidemics of obesity, diabetes, and chronic illness are not accidents. They are the direct result of a food environment saturated with these bioweapons and a population conditioned to consume them. You experience this as constant fatigue, as brain fog, as joint pain, as digestive issues, as a general lack of vibrancy and energy. You are operating at a fraction of your physical potential. What are the actionable steps to neutralize this physical assault? First, education and awareness. Understand what you are putting into your body. Read labels not for the calorie count alone, but for the ingredients. If it's a long list of unpronounceable chemicals, it's not food. It's an industrially produced edible product. The alien scanner isn't fooled by clever marketing or pretty packaging. It sees the molecular structure. You need to adopt a similar level of scrutiny. Second, commit to nourishing your body with real, whole foods. Prioritize lean proteins, healthy fats, and an abundance of vegetables and fruits. These are the building blocks your body actually needs to thrive, to repair itself, to generate energy, and to fight off disease. Think of food as fuel, as medicine, as information you are giving your cells. Would you put contaminated fuel in a high-performance engine? Then why do it to your own body? Third, systematically eliminate or drastically reduce the worst offenders. Processed sugars, sugary drinks, refined grains, white bread, pasta, pastries, trans fats, often found in fried foods and packaged snacks, and heavily processed meats. This isn't about deprivation, it's about liberation. Liberation from cravings, from illness, from low energy. It's about choosing health and vitality over fleeting, manufactured pleasure. Fourth, hydration. Water is essential for every biological process. Often, thirst is mistaken for hunger. Before reaching for a snack, drink a large glass of water. Proper hydration can improve energy levels, cognitive function, and detoxification. The alien scanner would note that a dehydrated organism is a compromised organism. Discipline in your eating habits is not punishment. It is the ultimate act of self-respect. It's a declaration that your health, your vitality, and your longevity matter more to you than the temporary thrill of a chemical concoction. Theme 3, the mental battlefield. How comfort food fuels weakness and indecision. The bioweapon of comfort food doesn't just attack your body. It wages a relentless war on your mind. The alien scanner, designed to assess cognitive capabilities and strategic thinking, would flag this as a critical vulnerability. A species whose mental acuity is compromised by its dietary choices is a species easily confused, easily manipulated, and incapable of sustained, focused effort. Consider the impact of these foods on your brain function. The roller coaster of blood sugar levels is devastating for mental clarity. After a sugary, processed meal, you experience that initial rush, sometimes a feeling of temporary alertness, but it's quickly followed by the infamous crash. This isn't just physical fatigue, it's mental fog. Your ability to concentrate plummets. Your decision-making becomes impaired. You struggle to access higher-level cognitive functions like planning, problem-solving, and critical thinking. This mental haze is fertile ground for weakness. When your mind is clouded, you're more susceptible to negative thought patterns. You're less resilient in the face of stress. You're more likely to procrastinate, to avoid difficult tasks, to succumb to instant gratification. The discipline required for self-improvement, for achieving ambitious goals, for living a life of purpose, demands a sharp, clear, and focused mind. Comfort foods are the antithesis of this. They are agents of mental dullness. Furthermore, the inflammation triggered by these foods doesn't just affect your joints or your arteries. It affects your brain. Neuroinflammation is increasingly linked to depression, anxiety, and other mood disorders. That comfort you seek might actually be contributing to the very emotional distress you're trying to escape. It's a vicious cycle. You feel bad, so you eat bad food, which then makes you feel worse, both physically and mentally. The alien scanner sees a feedback loop of self-sabotage. where the attempted solution, comfort food, exacerbates the problem, mental and emotional distress. The brutal truth is that you cannot build an unstoppable mindset on a foundation of mental fog and emotional instability fueled by poor nutrition. You can't expect to be decisive when your brain chemistry is constantly being disrupted. You can't cultivate mental toughness when your primary coping mechanism is to numb your mind with sugar and chemicals. This isn't just about intelligence. It's about the very capacity for rational thought, for willpower, for sustained mental effort. These are casualties in the war waged by comfort food. What are the actionable steps to reclaim your mental clarity and strength? First, prioritize brain-healthy foods. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fatty fish, walnuts, flax seeds, antioxidants, found in berries, dark leafy greens, and quality proteins are crucial for optimal brain function. Think of your diet as a direct input into your cognitive performance. Choose foods that sharpen your mind, not dull it. Second, stabilize your blood sugar. Avoid large meals heavy in refined carbohydrates and sugars. Opt for balanced meals that include protein, healthy fats, and fiber. This will provide a steady release of energy, preventing those mental peaks and valleys. An even keel energetically translates to an even keel mentally. Third, practice mindfulness even in your eating. Pay attention to how different foods make you feel, not just in the moment of consumption, but hours later. Does that pastry leave you feeling sharp and focused, or sluggish and foggy? This self-awareness is key to making better choices. The alien scanner operates on data. You too must collect data on your own internal responses. Fourth, consider intermittent fasting or time-restricted eating, after consulting with a healthcare professional, of course. Many report increased mental clarity and focus during fasting periods. This can give your digestive system a rest and allow your body and brain to enter a state of repair and heightened efficiency. Fifth, engage in activities that challenge and strengthen your mind. Reading, learning new skills, strategic games, meditation. A strong mind, like a strong body, requires consistent training and proper fuel. Refuse to let your mental edge be dulled by substances that offer only illusionary comfort. Your intellect, your reason, your ability to focus, these are your greatest assets. Protect them fiercely from the bioweapon of mental sabotage. Theme 4, Energy Vampirism, the siphoning of your life force. One of the most immediate and debilitating effects of relying on comfort food is the catastrophic impact on your energy levels. The alien scanner, evaluating the overall vitality and operational capacity of a species, would register a profound energy crisis. It would see individuals, entire populations, operating at a mere fraction of their potential life force, perpetually running on fumes. This isn't just about feeling tired. It's about a fundamental siphoning of your very will to act, to create, to engage fully with life. The paradox of comfort food is that it promises a quick energy boost, usually via sugar, but delivers a profound and lasting energy debt. That initial sugar rush is a loan shark's offering. Quick cash up front, followed by crippling interest payments in the form of energy crashes, fatigue, and an insatiable craving for more of the same depleting substance. Real, sustained energy comes from complex carbohydrates, quality proteins, and healthy fats that are broken down slowly, providing a steady stream of fuel to your cells. Processed comfort foods, on the other hand, flood your system, spike your insulin, and then leave you depleted and craving. This isn't just about physical energy for workouts or manual labor. This is about the energy required for mental focus, for emotional resilience, for creative thinking, for showing up powerfully in your relationships and your work. When you are constantly battling fatigue induced by poor dietary choices, every task becomes a monumental effort. Procrastination thrives. Ambition wanes. The spark of enthusiasm dims. You become a shadow of your potential self, simply going through the motions, too drained to pursue your goals with vigor. The brutal truth is that you are trading your most precious resource, your life energy, for the fleeting, artificial stimulation of these nutrient-void substances. The alien scanner would see this as an incredibly inefficient, self-destructive energy management strategy. It's like trying to power a high-performance vehicle with contaminated, low-grade fuel, and then wondering why it sputters and stalls. Your body is designed to be an energy powerhouse, but it requires the right inputs. When you feed it junk, you get junk energy output, erratic, unreliable, and ultimately insufficient for a life lived to its fullest. This constant state of low energy makes you more susceptible to stress, less capable of handling challenges, and more likely to retreat into further comfort eating, perpetuating the cycle of depletion. What are the actionable steps to stop this energy vampirism and reclaim your vitality? First, identify your personal energy drains. Keep a food and energy journal for a week. Note what you eat and how your energy levels fluctuate throughout the day. You'll likely see clear patterns: a mid-morning slump after a sugary breakfast, an afternoon crash after a heavy, processed lunch. This awareness is the first step toward change. Second, prioritize whole, unprocessed foods that provide sustained energy. Complex carbohydrates like sweet potatoes, quinoa, and oats, combined with lean proteins and healthy fats, will fuel you steadily. Think of your meals as strategic refueling operations designed to maximize your operational capacity. Third, eliminate or drastically reduce energy vampires like refined sugar, sugary drinks, and highly processed foods. These are the primary culprits in the boom and bust energy cycle. Read labels vigilantly for hidden sugars. Even seemingly healthy foods can be packed with them. Fourth, ensure adequate hydration. Dehydration is a major cause of fatigue. Often, what you perceive as an energy dip is simply your body crying out for water. Make water your primary beverage. Fifth, optimize your sleep. No amount of good food can fully compensate for chronic sleep deprivation. However, a diet high in processed foods and sugar can also disrupt sleep quality, creating another vicious cycle. Clean eating supports better sleep, and better sleep supports higher energy levels. Sixth, incorporate regular physical activity. While it may seem counterintuitive to expend energy when you feel low, consistent exercise actually boosts your overall energy production, improves insulin sensitivity, and enhances mood. The alien scanner would register a body optimized for energy as a sign of a highly functional, capable organism. Stop allowing your life force to be drained by substances that offer nothing but temporary illusion. Choose to fuel yourself for power, for endurance, for a life of vibrant engagement. Theme 5, Disarming the Weapon, the Stoic Path to Food Freedom and Power. We've explored how comfort food acts as a bioweapon, attacking your mind, body, and energy. The alien scanner has painted a grim picture, but this is not a message of despair. It's a call to arms. The power to disarm this weapon, to neutralize its threat, lies entirely within you. This is where the timeless wisdom of Stoicism provides not just a shield, but a sword. The battle against the allure of comfort food is, at its core, a battle for self-mastery, a central tenet of Stoic philosophy. The brutal truth is this: you are not a helpless victim of your cravings or your conditioning. These are internal enemies, yes, but they can be met and overcome with reason, discipline, and a commitment to virtue. The Stoics taught that true freedom comes not from indulging every whim, but from mastering your impulses and aligning your actions with your highest values. Let's apply key Stoic principles to disarming this internal bioweapon. The dichotomy of control, Epictetus's foundational teaching, is profoundly relevant here. You cannot control the existence of hyperpalatable processed foods. You cannot control the marketing messages that bombard you. You cannot always control the initial arising of a craving, but you can control your response. You can control your choices. You can control what you purchase, what you prepare, and what you ultimately consume. The alien scanner might register the availability of the bioweapon, but it also registers your choice to engage or disengage. Focus your energy on what is within your power, your deliberate, conscious decisions. Discipline and self-control, temperance. The Stoics viewed temperance, moderation, and self-restraint as a cardinal virtue. Choosing nourishing foods over detrimental ones is not about deprivation. It's an act of profound self-discipline, a daily practice of strengthening your will. Each time you resist an unhealthy craving and opt for a choice that serves your well-being, you are building your character, fortifying your inner citadel. See your dietary choices as a training ground for this virtue. As Seneca said, "No man is free who is a slave to the flesh." Premeditatio malorum, negative visualization. The Stoics practiced contemplating potential future misfortunes to prepare for them and appreciate the present. Apply this to your food choices. Vividly imagine the long-term consequences of continuing to deploy this bioweapon against yourself. Picture the chronic illness, the low energy, the mental fog, the diminished quality of life. Then contrast this with the vibrant health, mental clarity, and robust energy you will cultivate by making disciplined choices. This stark contrast can be a powerful motivator. The alien scanner isn't just seeing the present. It extrapolates future trajectories based on current behaviors. Living in accordance with nature. The Stoics advocated for living in harmony with nature, which includes our own human nature. Our bodies are not naturally designed to thrive on industrially processed concoctions. They are designed for whole, real foods. Choosing to eat real food is an act of aligning yourself with your biological design. It's about listening to the true needs of your body, not the manufactured desires implanted by the food industry. The alien scanner would recognize a species thriving by honoring its biological imperatives. Amor fati, love of fate. This doesn't mean passively accepting a life of poor health. It means accepting the reality of your current situation, your habits, your cravings, the challenges ahead without complaint, and then taking determined action to shape a better future. If you've made poor choices in the past, accept that, learn from it, and then commit fully to the path of strength and health. Every meal, every snack is an opportunity to reaffirm this commitment. Actionable steps for implementing the Stoic path to food freedom. First, define your food philosophy. What are your non-negotiables? What principles will guide your choices? Write them down, make them clear. This becomes your personal code of conduct. Second, practice mindful eating. Before you eat, pause, consider where the food came from. Consider its impact on your body and mind. Eat slowly, savoring real flavors, not just mindlessly consuming. This breaks the pattern of unconscious eating. Third, prepare your environment for success. Remove the bioweapons from your home. Stock your kitchen with nourishing foods. Meal prep so that healthy options are always readily available, especially when you are tired or stressed. As Seneca advised, the best wrestler is not he who has learned all the tricks and twists of the art, which are seldom met within actual wrestling, but he who has well and carefully trained himself in one or two of them, and watches keenly for an opportunity of practicing them. Master the basics of healthy eating and preparation. Fourth, cultivate indifference to cravings. When a craving arises, acknowledge it without judgment and without immediate surrender. Remind yourself of your principles. Let the craving pass like a cloud. It will lose its power over time as you stop feeding it. Fifth, practice forgiveness and resilience. You may slip up. This is not a reason to abandon your commitment. Acknowledge the mistake, learn from it, and get back on track with your very next meal. The path to mastery is paved with consistent effort, not perfection. The alien scanner doesn't just see the bioweapon. It also sees the strength of your resolve to disarm it. It sees the emergence of discipline, of reason, of a powerful will dedicated to self-mastery. This is how you transform from a casualty of comfort food into a warrior for your own well-being. Optional Theme 6, the unseen threat to connection and influence. While the primary devastation of the comfort food bioweapon is internal, its effects inevitably ripple outward, impacting your connections, your confidence, and even your subtle influence on the world around you. The alien scanner, evaluating not just individual health but also social dynamics and potential, would register how this self-sabotage diminishes your external radiance and impact. Brutal truth: if you are constantly depleted, foggy-minded, and uncomfortable in your own skin due to poor dietary choices, your ability to connect authentically with others suffers. Your energy is low, making you less engaging, perhaps more irritable or withdrawn. Your confidence may be eroded by dissatisfaction with your physical state or your lack of self-control. This isn't just about romantic attractiveness, though vitality is undeniably a component of it. It's about your overall personal magnetism, your presence, your ability to inspire trust and command respect in any sphere, personal or professional. Think about it. Who are you more drawn to? Someone who radiates energy, clarity, and self-possession, or someone who seems perpetually tired, unfocused, and at war with their own body? The energy you project is a direct consequence of how you fuel yourself. When you consume foods that drain you and cloud your mind, you are subtly broadcasting an energy of depletion and disorder. The alien scanner picks up on these subtle energy signatures, registering individuals whose physical and energetic presence is diminished, making them less impactful, less capable of leadership, less able to contribute their full potential to their communities or endeavors. The consequences extend to your relationships. Patience can wear thin when you're constantly battling sugar crashes. Your capacity for empathy and deep listening can be compromised when your own internal systems are out of balance. Opportunities for joyful connection might be missed because you simply don't have the energy or mental space to engage fully. Actionable steps to ensure your fuel choices enhance your connections and influence. First, recognize the link between your vitality and your presence. Understand that taking care of your physical well-being isn't a selfish act. It's a foundational step to being a more present, energetic, and positive force in the lives of others. Second, choose foods that enhance your mood and energy. A diet rich in whole foods naturally supports more stable moods and higher, more consistent energy levels, allowing you to show up as your best self more often. Third, cultivate physical confidence through disciplined care of your body. When you feel strong, healthy, and energetic, it naturally reflects in your posture, your demeanor, and your interactions. This isn't about conforming to societal beauty standards. It's about the inherent confidence that comes from self-mastery and respect for your own vessel. Fourth, observe how your energy impacts those around you. When you are vibrant and clear-headed, Do you notice a more positive response from others? Use this as feedback to reinforce healthy choices. The alien scanner would register a human radiating confident, balanced energy as an asset, a point of strength within the collective. By disarming the bioweapon of comfort food, you not only reclaim your own health, but also enhance your ability to connect, influence, and contribute meaningfully to the world. Conclusion: deactivate the weapon, unleash your power. So the alien scanner has laid bare an uncomfortable, perhaps even shocking, truth. What humanity often labels as comfort food registers on its advanced sensors as a pervasive, insidious bioweapon, one that wages war not from the outside, but from within, systematically undermining your physical health, your mental clarity, your vital energy, and even your ability to connect powerfully with the world. This isn't science fiction. It's a stark metaphor for the unblinking reality of your daily choices and their profound consequences. This comfort, so eagerly sought, is a Trojan horse, delivering fleeting pleasure while unleashing a host of debilitating effects. It hijacks your brain chemistry, devastates your physical systems, fogs your intellect, and siphons your life force. It is the architect of weakness, the silent partner of mediocrity. But the key takeaway from this alien transmission is not one of doom, but one of empowerment. You are not a passive victim in this internal conflict. The scanner detects the weapon, yes, but it also has the capacity to detect the awakening of your will, the rise of your discipline, the assertion of your power to choose. You hold the codes to deactivate this weapon. You possess the strength to dismantle it piece by piece, choice by choice. The path to diffusing this threat is paved with brutal honesty, unwavering discipline, and the timeless wisdom of self-mastery. It requires you to see these comfort foods for what they truly are, not solace, but saboteurs. It demands that you trade the fleeting illusion of comfort for the enduring strength of genuine well-being. This is your call to action. Not tomorrow, not next week, but now, with your very next meal, with your very next choice. Declare war on the weakness that these substances breed within you. Commit to fueling your body as the temple it is, not a dumping ground for industrial waste. Sharpen your mind with clarity, not cloud it with chemical fog. Reclaim your energy, your vitality, your inherent power. Will you continue to allow these fleeting comforts to dictate the terms of your existence, to register you as a casualty on life's battlefield? Or will you rise, fueled by genuine strength, powered by conscious choice, and guided by an unbreakable will? Transform your body from a liability into an asset of immense strength and resilience. Transform your mind from a casualty of cravings into a fortress of focused power. Make your energy, your vitality, your very being a testament to your commitment, not your complacency. The alien scanner is always watching, a metaphor for the objective truth of your actions. Let it register not a human succumbing to self-inflicted weakness, but a human actively, consciously, powerfully choosing strength, choosing discipline, choosing life. Go out and become the version of yourself that no scanner, alien or otherwise, could ever register as anything less than unstoppable. The power is yours. Use it.